And we are live. I'm hoping everybody is able to hear me in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everyone to the MBA Litmus channel. And today we have somebody who's been a part of our family for over a year now. We have Muskan, who has been preparing with us, has some of the amazing calls Lucknow, Kozhikode, and Indore, and is just out of an IIM Lucknow interview. Welcome, Muskan. You've done amazing this year, and very happy to host you here at our office. How are you feeling right now, Muskan, after the IIM Lucknow interview? If you could tell everybody, how does it feel like coming from a top interview? What are your emotions?
Sir, I'm having a mixed emotions to be honest, but yes, it was my first interview in the list, and I was a bit nervous as well. But right now, I'm feeling very great about how it went through from starting from the VAT to the PI. Uh,
Okay. And so what was it like, Muskan? If you could describe the experience, what are the kind of questions that were asked, starting? So you had at IIM Lucknow, and most of the IIMs you're going to have VAT plus PI. So first off, let's discuss VAT. How was VAT? What was the format? What was the topic? How many words? How did you do about it?
sure, sir. So first of all, we were taken in a room. It was a batch of, I think, 10 students in a room. And then we were given the topic, and the topic was around AI. And we were given 15 minutes to write down our thoughts in max 300 words.
Understood.
And yeah, it started with that, and we also had the warning when only 2 minutes were left before the completion of 15 minutes. So yeah, I utilized whatever we had learned during our preparation at MBA Litmus while framing my answer for that.
So 15 minutes for the VAT, which was on AI. And Muskan, do you remember, was there a word count that was mentioned, in that VAT, or was it like, free? You can write as many words as you want.
So there was a word count of max 300 words.
Max 300 words. I think
Yes,
pretty
sir.
doable in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir, doable.
Very doable. Okay. And how would you rate your VAT?
So it was good. I would say a 9 on
A
10.
nine out of 10 is absolutely fantastic. And then what happened? What was the process like? Were you made to wait after the VAT? Was some document verification happening at this center?
So actually, the document verification was prior to VAT and PI. We had that we were made to sit in the hall and common hall, and where each panel was given a separate slot, and we got our documentation done there, and then we went for the VAT. After that, we had PI in the same room. But I was not knowing that that is the same room where I'll be coming for my PI, and I came out after the VAT, but we were not explicitly told that we'll have our PI just after the VAT. Or maybe it was my first experience into the such an interview, so maybe I would not be knowing. And luckily, my interview was also first in my panel.
Okay.
So that was also an add-on to the nervousness which was already building up.
Absolutely.
Right.
And so what all documents do they check? I think a lot of people are really scared of this document verification process. So what all documents do they check? Do they ask for every proof, everything that you have written inside your answers?
Sir, actually, we are given a call letter, and in that call letter, we are specifically told that these are the documents that you have to carry. And I think if you have all those documents, you don't require any other
Understood.
document.
And what are these documents in case of IIM Lucknow?
So here I had my call letter, then I had my personal form that I filled, and then other than that, it was CAT scorecard as well, and my 10th, 12th graduation mark sheets, and if you have any category certificate, that as well.
Understood. And so make sure that you obviously carry these documents, otherwise they're not letting you into the VAT and the PI. Was somebody thrown out?
No,
No, no. Okay, good. Kind people. Tehzeeb wala college hai, IIM Lucknow. Nobody was thrown out. That's good news. Okay. So then the document verification happened, the VAT happened, 15 minutes of VAT. Were you given, a lot of people keep asking me, were you given a ruled sheet or a plain sheet?
It was a ruled sheet.
A rule sheet. Good news, everybody. If in case you have, haven't been writing, a rule sheet should be helpful. And and then 15 minutes happened, and then you were first in the panel to go to the interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm sure you were a little nervous. Everybody is going to be nervous when they are taking such a big college on inside an interview. So tell me, Muskan, how did the interview go? What happened inside the interview the moment you walked in? And I really want everybody to visualize themselves getting into an interview and giving their best and to visualize that every day. I think that's something which is going to help you prepare better and obviously keep taking the mock PAs as well. So Muskan, what was the interview like? What was the line of questioning?
Sure, sir. So first of all, I was called inside, and then I had my greetings, and then I sat down, and then followed by that, they asked me my certificates, basically the extracurricular certificates, and the personal form that I filled, application form that I filled, and then it started with the general question, tell me about yourself. And yeah, it started with that, and then they picked up some of the elements from whatever I spoke there, and then it went on to my background. Like, I don't know, I've done a BSc and a B.Ed, so it was a different background, and so they would want to know why I chose that particular field, and then why now MBA, which one would I want to do right now. So that was the question, why MBA. And then it went on to what all calls do I have right now, and it was like differentiation, would I go for that or would I go for this. I was given a situation as well. If I have a situation in hand, then which call would I choose. So
Understood.
these were the questions, initial questions. Then it went on, the other panelist asked some questions around my extracurriculars and one of the projects that I did during my college. So basically, it was more around what I did in the project, and what was the project like, from where did I collect the data, and was it a group activity or an individual activity.
Okay.
So things around that.
So basically, they wanted you to compare your Lucknow Code code and Indore call.
Sure.
Were
Yes.
you diplomatic about it? How did you, I think this is one question that everybody will be expecting, because if you have multiple calls and multiple top calls, you are certainly expecting the panel to, put you in a spot of bother where they're going to ask you if, let's say you convert some of these colleges, where would you want to see yourself? How do you take that question, Muskan? If I have, let's say, for example, Lucknow versus Kozhikode or Lucknow versus Indore, how do you handle that situation?
Sir, I was not very sure, to be honest, to answer that question there, because I've not like basically decided yet as well, because my focus right now was more on my performance in each opportunity that I am getting right now.
Okay.
So yes, I answered it diplomatically. I said that I've not decided yet, but I'm going to consult with my mentor before going forward.
Oh, brilliant. I think a diplomatic way is the best way forward in a scenario like this. And I also believe that, one right way to answer that is as Muskan correctly pointed out, is that you can focus on the opportunity. Mention that right now my, core focus is to convert the opportunities than, to decide. I think I'm in no position to decide. It's not something that I have to decide. I think the panel has to decide. And if given an opportunity, obviously, I'd want to go to IIM Lucknow because a lot of amazing people have come from IIM Lucknow. Okay, you have. I'm just kidding. All right, Muskan, talking about the entire experience lasted what 10, 12, 15 minutes.
Yes, sir. Max, I think 15.
Did they ask you to ask a question?
No, they didn't ask me that.
Okay.
But I was about to ask that question, but I added that somewhere in my interview itself.
Perfect. Now, Muskan, I think it has been a good interview. I think what really gets tested, if I remember my interview experience also at IIM Lucknow, when I had converted IIM Lucknow, was, also similar. Started off with tell me about yourself, why MBA, asking questions about work experience, about projects, and a very calm and composed, not a lot of grilling. Was there a lot of grilling?
No, sir, I would not say a lot of, but yes, when they do not get to know, like, until they don't know what is the intent behind your why MBA, they are going to probe over that.
Yeah, keep probing till you get the right answer out. Brilliant. So I think that's something which is obviously going to happen. Prepare well, be very clear with your why MBA. I think that's going to be a very important decider in such interviews. And let's go back. Let's go back. 1 year. Back, right, Muskan? Approximately a year back, when you started your CAT preparation, did you think that you were going to interview, in the IIM Lucknow panel, Code panel, Indore panel? You know, uh, if you could effectively go back to that time and tell me, what was it like? How did you, place an entire year? You've been with us, an entire year. You've been slogging, putting in a lot of efforts, and it is also visible. And the result also shows you have some of the top calls right now. So how was the year, that one last year that you've spent?
Sir, I remember it was in February when I contacted MBA Litmus, and it was you who talked to me at that point of time. And I was really confused about a lot of things, but you brought a lot of clarity to me at that point of time. And to be honest, uh, it was a dream to be at such a place and get interviewed at such top colleges. But I was not very sure that would I get the opportunity even to reach there. But then I continued and I was with Litmus, and Litmus has been there during the entire time from my CAT preparation to my PCP journey, my GDPI journey. Like, so it has been really wonderful. I feel that each mock, each written mock that I gave, each session that I attended live was a booster for me. It acted as a motivation for me to continue doing it. And yes, the journey is not going to be all rosy. There are going to be, personally, if I tell you, that I would say that there were challenges more than victories. But I feel that this is how we reach forward, and I'm glad that I have reached till this stage, and MBA Litmus is still standing with me here.
And Muskan, what is it that you will want to say to your fellow peers who are preparing for GDPI? How should they go about it? Now you are one step ahead. You have given an take done an interview. Maybe you could share some tips as to how do you compose yourself within an interview. I think that is very, very important.
True, true, totally, sir. So I would say that first we need to calm down a bit, but to do that, that is more difficult. It's easy said than done. But I feel that it's all about our mind. We need to keep on repeating within ourselves that like we can do this, and I feel that self-talk is something that can help us at times. Even somebody from outside, there's no like people giving validation from outside might not help us as much as what we say to ourselves. So I would say that before the interviews, a day before the interview, don't overstudy, or maybe talk to yourself, sit with yourself, and self talk basically.
Absolutely. And I'm actually reading something which Muskan had shared, and I think this is something from your
Yes, sir.
from your cat journey.
Yes, sir.
See, guys, cat journey is something which is very, I'd say it's 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 sometimes it's very disturbing. It can be very disturbing because your mock scores are up and down. You start losing your mental peace. But very honestly, there are people like Muskan and many others at MBA Litmus who've proved that if you show resilience, if you show up inside the sessions, inside the one-on-one mentorship that happens, if you are somebody who keeps pushing forward, you're always going to reach to the stage where you're going to be interviewing with the top colleges, and not just interviewing but also converting some of the top colleges as well. And I'm this is something which Muskan has shared with us. Muskan, I think it will be great if you read it because you have written it, right?
Sure, sir. So actually, this was the time in September when the exam was just around the corner, and the stakes were high. Each mock score used to feel like, what if this happens on the D-Day as well?
Correct.
So I wrote something around this. Uh, हारता हूँ थोड़ा ज्यादा जीतने से हर दिन, ताकि अंत में जब हार का सिलसिला खत्म हो तो जीत बेशुमार हो.
मजा आया कि नहीं? Like honestly speaking, I'll one thing which I'll tell you, and one thing which you will find, that truly differentiates people who are, achievers in the end is actually, I wouldn't say that it's really IQ. I believe it's a lot of EQ. It's a lot of, firepower to keep going when, for example, it always feels like giving up. It feels, and from my own journey as well, it used to feel at a lot of points that, why am I, taking all this pain, all this trouble? What is the need of it? Right? Your motivation to actually achieve should be very, very strong, and stronger than all the disappointments that you get through the journey. That if you keep holding through, you're absolutely going to crack it. And we are here, we are absolutely proud to have Muskan as one of our students, and somebody who is an aspiration for a lot of people who want to now take CAT 2026. Muskan, what is it that you want to say to people who want to take CAT 26? What should they do? What should they, how should they plan their journey so that they also end up, achieving amazing calls, and getting inside some of the top colleges?
Sure, sir. So first thing I would say that start early. It is very important to clear basics first. If the courses are have already been started at MBA Litmus, and then I would say that attend all the classes that are there, live classes. Do not wait for the recorded classes. Attend the live classes there itself, because your doubts would be cleared there itself. And it is very, very important, as per my experience, I feel it is very important for CAT to have the concepts very clear. And then I would say that also, once you clear your concepts, practice is also important. From my personal experiences, I feel that practice was something where at times I used to lack, because I had focused more on concepts, which is great. But in a CAT situation where there's a lot of time pressure, then practice also is a very important element. Then I would say, yeah, like basically have a proper routine. Do not do not ditch subjects. Have a proper routine and give proper time to all the subjects. One thing which I would say is, also, like, focus on your weaknesses, yes, but I from my personal experiences, I feel that in CAT you can also prioritize your strengths and play on them, and then you also give time to your weaknesses as well, so that they can, they do not stop you, but your stronger section gets you through and takes you at a higher score. So that was it. And yes, follow all the routine that has been given to you on the channels every day. And yes, I would say that take mocks, because without mocks the practice of working into the time would not come. And it is very important to take all the mocks, analyze them. Yes, analyze them is very important. Self analysis along with that mentor analysis that we have at MBA Litmus. And then I would say, more than anything, keep going. There are going to be times when your score would not justify the kind of effort that you are putting. But still, you need to have a faith that if I have committed to this thing, then I am going to reach till the very end.
Absolutely. And in fact, in fact, Muskan's journey on LinkedIn, I also follow that, and it has been absolutely phenomenal. And the way she has been very regular on it, and not just being regular, but very meaningful in terms of picking out glimpses from her journey, which is not just inspirational for her, but I think inspirational for everybody else also who looks at her posts. I think you can all go check out Muskan's posts on LinkedIn and help her grow as well. And aside that, I think you should all also pick it up. I think all the people who are going to get inside the the MBA journey, pick up LinkedIn, start working on it. And it's not only about for example, sharing stories of promotions, sharing stories of getting a job, etc. But it's also about lifestyle, and how do you effectively build up a lifestyle from a professional standpoint. It's a great avenue to network. Muskan, are other important calls also lined up? When are the next ones for you?
So I have in February only. So like Indore has not given the dates yet, but I'm waiting for that. For Cozy Code, it is 25 February. Then I also have applied for NMIMS. For that also I have a call, and then in on 7th I for GLIM as well.
Understood. And for everybody who's yet to start their GDPI journey, how would you recommend they should go about it? Especially, I think in your case, Muskan, you had BSc also, B.Ed also. How did you, justify that? Because a lot of people have slightly complicated profiles, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
would you want to tell them?
Sure, sir. So first of all, I would say that we have a very structured way in which we are doing PCP. First of all, the most challenging thing I would say is, and it might look the easiest, but it is not, is to sit with yourself and reflect on what you have actually done and understand the why behind them. Because that is the thing that they are also wanting to know. Why did I choose particular thing? So first thing is, here we have HR reviews, and we are giving assignments. So first of all, complete those assignments, get them reviewed with the mentors, connect with the mentors one on one, on a one on one, and understand that which parts should be included and which parts can also be better be enhanced.
Yes.
And then, sir, you start with your PI journeys as well. We have a daily planner which is being shared with us. Take the call, take the slots for the PIs, and then we have GDs as well going on parallelly. Along with that, we have like special GIs for special, basically other colleges which are having that kind of
Process.
yes, sir, process. So yeah, so follow that structure, and other than that, sir, I would say, yeah, keep on connecting with your mentors as well wherever you face any problems.
Yeah. Muskan, what has been, let's say the lowest point in the journey? I'm pretty sure, I I remember, back in, for example, my preparation days around, September, August, September is where I had, one single digit score in the mock. That actually was a very low point for me during my preparation journey, because मुझे लगा कि अब इसके बाद तो कोई चांस नहीं है, there's nothing that can happen. सिंगल डिजिट में स्कोर आ गया, ठीक है. And I would say before that, around I think May, June, there was also a point where I had to actually quit a test. Okay, कि मैं एक मॉक टेस्ट दे रहा हूँ और मुझे फिर वो मॉक टेस्ट से भागना पड़ गया. भाई ये क्या चल रहा है मॉक टेस्ट के अंदर, ठीक है. So I'm sure you would also remember some incidents, if you can maybe share with people who can pick out the stories and get motivated out of it.
Sure, sir. So I would say that the trouble started with the VARC particularly. In my first mock, I think I got a 0 in VARC, and that was like I would say the lowest also, because I was like, how would I move from here to getting a good number, because that is almost negligible, right? So that was one thing, and then I feel like DILR and VRC both were my weak areas. I had to work a lot on them, and then QA was something I could balance. Then, sir, I would say that yes, a lot of times were challenging. Like I also had one of my scores was just 23. So you can imagine that I think some of like one or two subjects were having a single digit score only.
Correct.
So yes, there were times like these as well, and even when the exams was very near. So there are going to be times, but it's just that we have one, like I follow one thing, that if I've committed to that, then I need to stay in the game.
Okay.
And that is what you also always tell us. These are the things which have helped me to continue doing.
Absolutely. For people who are yet to start with their GDPI journeys, can drop in a text. We have shared our contact in the chat as well, and it's there in the description also. Can get started, start preparing in a structured manner. Don't take it lightly. These are some of the calls that are effectively not just worth a call, but worth a year, because we do not convert it, then we are actually going to for example, slog for another year. For people who are wanting to get to start with CAT 2026, should start right away. Do not for example, waste a lot of time. As Muskan also mentioned, start early. Muskan also started in February. Do not waste your time. Put your efforts absolutely rigorously and in a rhythmic manner, and I'm sure you will all do great, guys. It is absolutely fantastic to have you all here and have Muskan also here. We had our favorite bun maska and chai, okay, which is something which is our also a ritual every time somebody comes in, an achiever comes in, we treat them, and obviously we're going to have a grand party on 31st May for the entire Litmus family and all the achievers. That's going to happen. That's going to be a very, very important element for all of us as well. Guys, absolutely amazed and happy. Muskan, before we let all the lovely people go, if you want to tell them how do you plan on targeting Kozhikode and Indore interviews?
Sir, I'm going to take the experiences that I had today and the learnings that I had, the areas where I thought that I am lacking. I'm going to work upon them, and I'm going to connect with my mentors if there is some problem that I'm really facing. And yes, I feel that this is how I'm going to build upon my experiences.
Absolutely. So, guys, I'm hoping that this was helpful. We'll keep coming back with a lot of achievers, with a lot of amazing people who've done, some, amazing scores and have some, pardon me, some amazing calls this year that they are appearing for. Muskan is there, and we are all going to happily handhold you and help you with this journey. If you feel that this was helpful, do like the stream, share it across with everybody who's having a top call or even any other call as well. And make sure that you stay glued. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure that you put in your best in this season, because your continuous efforts are going to make all the difference. Thank you so much, Muskan, for this lovely interaction.
Thank you,
and thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you to the entire MBA Litmus family, to the entire team which is working relentlessly, all the mentors from all the top colleges, and helping, hand holding, with sessions going on till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night as well. I just want to wholeheartedly thank everybody to make such amazing things happen. Thank you so much, everybody, for all the love and support. Keep the love going, and we'll all keep effectively moving towards the goal, which is a top MBA college. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless. Take care and bye bye.